Where you at? Show me the dog lovers. Nice. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's still a couple people that didn't sign on. Come on, you cat people.
Sorry, Matt, I am a cat person.
Ah, kill me, Dina. Killing me. All right, that's right. So we keeping going, Klee?
Yeah, let's do 3 more. Three more.
Then let's pick Tanya. Tanya K, girl, come on.
All right. All right, where are my people at who have a camp name? Only a few of us? All right, we use camp names at our camp, so some of you don't. Okay. I am going to pass the baton off to Ashley.
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Where are my people at who like swimming? Yeah. Oh, demonstrate how you swim. Very nice. Very good. All right, Natalie.
Awesome. Where are my people at that live in their sweatpants? Not just during COVID, but all the time. They're my people. Awesome.
Nice
One more.
job, everybody. That was awesome.
Woo.
So that was Where My People At. Show of hands if you've played that in person. Just curious. Cool. That's how we thought of to adapt it to Zoom. I'm sure there are other ideas as well, but I've been trying to think of more games like that and then try to see if they can fit to Zoom. We're also going to play some games that I think actually work better on Zoom or figure out ways to use Zoom or technology to our advantage when it comes to playing virtual games as well. So thanks for starting off with that, everybody. Jack, glad you made it.
I pushed stop video instead of on mic. Thanks, Klee. Thanks, everybody, for being here today. I know the world is a wild place right now, and it's something that Klee and I are still working to process and work through. And Ian texted right before this. Many of you know Ian, and he said, and I quote, when life is crazy on the outside, what better thing to do than bring a smile to some people? So I don't know if that's right for everyone, but it's going to be what we're going to try to do tonight. And I hope you're ready to have some smiles and ready to have some fun with us, because that's what we're going to do on here. And then we can go out and all do the things we're going to do outside of here. So, Klee, my computer was busted as heck until about 1 minute ago. So will you tell me what I'm supposed to do right now?
Yeah, of course. So Jack, we just started with Where My People At is our first virtual game. And I said, we're going to hit a lot of these today. Today is going to be like fully interactive and help us all get better at running stuff on Zoom and coming up with new creative ideas and taking, like I just said, games that are really familiar to us in person and thinking about how to make them happen on Zoom to bring some tradition or familiarity to campers as well.
Dude, I love that. And here we go. We're jumping right into how we've been running some icebreakers. This is what, you know, how like you arrive on the first day, you're like, yo, find a person who has the same color shirt as you and talk about your favorite ice cream. And then the kids like go for 30 seconds. And then like before they're actually done talking, you cut them off and you bring them back and you're like, all right. And who had some ice cream? All right, cool. And then you move on to the next thing. Well, here's how we're going to do it on Zoom. It's going to be pretty similar to that. We're going to send you to breakout rooms. Aston, I'm looking for breakout rooms of about 3 people. We're going to be in that breakout room for about 2 minutes. Aston's going to play with some stuff on Zoom and make it like, so you don't even have to do anything. You're just going to automatically get sent to a breakout room. You're going to automatically get brought back in about 2 minutes. So it's kind of cool that we have more control on Zoom than we ever do in like a camp setting or a classroom to bring kids back, because getting people's attention is a whole new thing. But on Zoom, we have control over that. So in your breakout room, you're going to talk with the people in your room for about 2 minutes, Klee, about what question?
So many good ones. I put these all in the document. Let's go.
And you're going to get sent to your breakout rooms. You're going to talk about the question of who would you eat a meal with, alive or dead, and what would it be? And Klee's going to put that in the chat so that everyone sees it. You're going to have 2 minutes, and then we're going to force you to come back, and we're going to talk about another thing. The person who's going to start is the person who is located the furthest south right now in your group. Ready, set, Aston. Awesome. I'm a little bit all shook it up right now. All right, but we're back. Okay. I need one answer that you thought was so fun from somebody in your group. I just need one person to tell us one answer. And anybody? Just one. Dave.
Kristen said she would have dinner with the grandfather she never met, and they would eat Greek food, which I thought was very cool.
Heck yeah. All right. I love that. All right. We're going to do one more breakout room because this is too fun. And I think that community building is the most important thing we do at camp and the most important thing we do on these calls. So we're going to do it. Klee, what's question number 2?
I put it in the chat. Would you rather be famous or have the ability to be invisible?
Oh
And
my
if you pick famous, tell us what you want to be famous for.
Whoa. What you want to be famous for, or would you rather be invincible? Here's another trick. If you want to talk about something else that's like mildly related and then you can share that, that's cool too. The rules are we're trying to make friends. We don't really care about the questions. All right, Aston, the points are made up and nothing matters. So send us to our rooms. Oh, all right. Raise your hand if you said you wanted to be famous. Raise your hand if you said you wanted to be famous. Okay, cool. And keep your hand up if you'd be willing to defend your answer. Brandon, Ashley, all right, Shaq, okay, Nate, okay, cool. All right, raise your hand if you said you wanted to be invincible. Kels, I'm seeing your hands. All right, Kels, will you unmute yourself? And who said that they were willing to defend the answer of being famous? Natalie, you're next to Kels on my screen. Here's what I'm looking for. Okay? Here's what I'm looking for. Natalie, I need 15 seconds on why being famous was your choice and why we all should choose to be famous over being invincible. Okay? Even if you don't really care what I do, I'm hoping you'll try and
or invisible, because I did invisible.
Invisible.
Cool.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Natalie, 15 seconds on the clock. Ready, set, go.
The type of famous I would like to be is Brene Brown, because I really love her and she's my hero. So being able to share knowledge and connect with people and talk about vulnerability and feelings is the best. Woo!
Whoa, that was 10 seconds. Kels, I make up the rules. So Natalie didn't use her last 5 seconds. If you want 20 seconds, you can have them. All right, here we go.
Face. She's about to drop the mic.
All right, Kels, why be invisible?
Well, invisible could correlate into invincible because you could never see me. So how would you ever catch me if you needed to catch me? Boom, 1. 2 is invisible. You could get yourself in and out of some real awkward situations. Like right now, say I was really uncomfortable with the fact that I was talking with everybody else. And I'm just like, guess what? Now I'm invisible, but I'm still talking, and you don't even know, but I'm not even, oh gosh, it's on me again. Ooh.
All right. That was very cool. All right, in the chat, don't send it yet. When I say go, I need you to either write Natalie or Kels. All right, when I get down to 0 on my hand, you're going to send. All right, 5, 4, 3. Natalie or Kels. 2, 1. Send it. Whoa. Whoa. All right. We tallied the votes, and it turns out it's a tie. Hey! Well done, everybody. Yes,
Dance off
great.
next week.
Dance off next week. Hey, okay. Klee, can you put that in the schedule? All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a quick version of Klee's very own favorite Harry Potter trivia. Okay? If you don't like Harry Potter, that's okay. I don't usually like being outside. I still go to camp, okay? Here we are. We're making it work, and it's going to be great. All right, Klee. Or should I call you Alizar Slytherin?
That's true. I am a Slytherin, so.
Will you take it away with Harry Potter trivia?
Yes. All right, everybody. Here's how this is going to work. I'm posting. I am going to ask a Harry Potter trivia question. The link that I got the questions from is in the PDF that Acid sent earlier. And I'm going to ask a question, and you are going to hold up a 1, 2, 3, or 4 representing the multiple choice options of the answers of the questions. If you are correct, you keep your video on and you level up to the next round. If you are incorrect, you go video off, and then we will determine a winner. So here we go. Number 1 question. Starting out simple if you're familiar with the Harry Potter series. What house at Hogwarts does Harry belong to? 1 Gryffindor, 2 Ravenclaw, 3 Slytherin, or 4 Hufflepuff? That's 1 Gryffindor, 2 Ravenclaw, 3 Slytherin, 4 Hufflepuff. Give me your number.
Okay, cool. People are crushing. Klee, question number 2.
Question number 2. What position does Harry play on his Quidditch team? Don't put up your numbers yet. 1 Chaser, 2 Keeper, 3 Bludger, or 4 Seeker? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Oh, okay.
The answer is 4.
We have a few people. Turn your video off. All right. Here we go. Klee, question number 3. What do you have?
How did Harry get the scar on his forehead? 1 Quidditch accident. 2 Voldemort tried to kill him when he was a baby. 3 he crashed the Weasley car into the Whomping Tree. Or 4 he was attacked by a basilisk. That's 1 Quidditch, 2 Voldemort, 3 car, 4 basilisk. Hit me with your number. The correct answer was 2.
Oh, okay. Klee, the questions, I think we got to level them up. We got to get harder. Here we go.
I think we got to level them up.
What is question number 4?
All right, here we go. What is an Auror? Put it in the chat for pronunciation clarification. Is it 1, a wizard that can change his appearance at will? 2, a person that catches dark wizards? 3, a career counselor at Hogwarts? Or 4, a professional Quidditch player? 1, 2, 3, or 4, show me. The correct answer is 2.
I would love to be a career counselor at Hogwarts, though, so sign me up for that job. All right, Klee, let's do 2 more questions, and anybody left is a winner.
All right, here we go. How does Harry catch his first snitch? 1, in his mouth. 2, with his feet. 3, with his broom. Or 4, with his hat. One more time. 1 mouth, 2 feet, 3 broom, 4 hat.
And send them.
It's 1 in his mouth.
We're losing some people. This is good. All right, we're coming down to the last few, but we're only doing this one last question. Do you have what it takes to be a master wizard? Here we go. Bum, 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 bum.
Last question. Who is Grop? Is it 1, Sirius's house elf? 2, a centaur? 3, Hagrid's half-brother? Or 4, Ron's owl. 1, house elf. 2, centaur. 3, half brother. 4, owl.
And
So
show
good
me.
numbers.
Show me number 3. The answer is
Yes,
3.
you do that.
Dude, of course I do. I'm a Harry Potter guy. What do we? All right, so we have only a few people left. And Klee, if you send Klee at campstompingground.org an email with your address, she will send you a personalized note and some stickers. All you need to do is send her your address if you are one of the champions. The secret is she's not going to remember who actually got this far. So if you just want one, you just send her an email and she'll send it to you. All right, everybody, we can go video back on. That's one way that we do trivia. We've done trivia a few different ways. We sometimes have people keep track of their points as they go along. Sometimes we have people get into breakout rooms and do smaller groups so people can talk about it. And sometimes we do kind of like a Family Feud style where there's like 3 or 4 people on a team and 3 or 4 people on a team, and you can you unmute if your team is on the clock and you try and answer the question, but you can talk to each other. So there's more kind of communication. We're trying to do some avoiding of kids being out. We're I feel like a lot of us are probably very good at that in real life. You know, you run 2 circle games, and if you get out on this one, you get into this one, or, you know, the like infinite style games. And we are still experimenting with them on Zoom, and we're not as good at not having people get out on Zoom as we are in real life. For us, maybe you all have some awesome solutions. Cool. Now remember, Klee at campstompingground.org. Just send her an email with your address and she'll send you a sticker. Allison, next up, is it time for Take a Chance with me?
Yes.
Whoa. All right, Klee, will you sing the jingle that we made up for this? Ready?
5, 6, 7, 8. Take a chance. Take a chance. Take a chance on me. On me.
I'm glad we practiced that ahead of time.
Practiced that a bunch of times. There were meetings.
Okay, so here's how Take a Chance on Me works. It's more, it's a silly start to a kind of more conversation-based game where the goal is, you know how if you're in like a normal situation with people, some people are like over talkers and they talk too much and you can't get them to like slow down. And some people have a little bit harder time like finding their way to be comfortable. And if you're in that situation, a lot of times for me, I'm like, well, what should I talk about? How do I get started? The goal of this game is to make it easier to kind of balance who's talking as so much and like not make it so much of the responsibility on the person to come up with a story to tell. So a few kind of prompts. I think that's true of most icebreakers, but this one in particular. Okay. Jack, never make me sing a song again. Klee, I'm sorry. That was so fun, and everyone seemed to enjoy it quite a bit, so we might be coming back to that. All right, so the way this game works is Klee is going to post in a second a virtual like dice rolling. So you could just do this with a die that you have in your room if you're in real life with other people, but instead the dice just roll for you on the internet. So you can click on that, which will let you generate a random number, 1 to 6. And you're going to go around in order in your breakout rooms. A trick that we like to do is assign someone to kind of be like the lead in the breakout rooms, whether that's usually for us, we have staff in most of our, if we're going to do breakout rooms, or with teenagers, we don't necessarily always have staff, but we'll assign someone like if you're the person who has the longest hair or is from the furthest south. I think I did for one of them, right? So so that it speeds up who's in charge. You probably do that kind of thing in real life. We do that kind of thing on Zoom as well. for this one, Klee, who's going to be the kind of person who kind of takes charge, the facilitator of the room?
It's going to be the youngest person.
Whoa, that's very cool. So you're going to be the youngest person. Dave's hoping it's him in his room. And the youngest person in the room is going to just say who goes first and then help people go through the order. Nothing too complicated. There's going to be 4 people in your room, and you're going to each get 2 minutes to tell a story. 2 minutes to tell a story. The person who's the youngest in the room is going to keep time. So it's going to actually be 2 minutes, and you're going to cut them off when they get to 2 minutes. You're going to say, whoa, 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 whoa. Thank you very much, Natalie. And we're moving on, okay? You can be as kind of like excited or subdued as you want, but 2 minutes. It's important that it's only 2 minutes. And you're going to click roll the dice on the link that Klee posted, so you can see that, and then choose to tell a story that has something to do with one of these 6 things. If you roll a 1, it's about a camper. 2, family. 3, being outside. 4, movie. 5, vehicle. 6, something gross. Again, the thing that matters is that it's only 2 minutes long. What doesn't matter at all is really the topic. So if it's like tell a story about a camper and you're like, I'd rather tell a story about something else, just do that. That's fine. The point is not that. The point is to take a little pressure off of you from having to come up with what you're going to say and tell something a little bit about yourself so we all get to know you a little bit better in our rooms. 2 minutes each person. Youngest person's the facilitator. You roll the dice. It tells you what to talk about. You talk for 2 minutes and you rock and roll. Klee, did I forget anything?
You did great, except how many people do we want in a group for Aston?
4.
4.
But Aston already did that, I bet.
Oh, that's so cool.
Look at him
I think we're
shaking.
good to go.
Guy's good. Whammies! All right, raise your hand if you heard something funny. Very cool. What about something heartfelt? Okay. Sad? Nobody wants. Oh, okay. MJ went a little sad. Okay, cool. So that's gonna be the last game we play. We're gonna do a little bit of talking about what we did, and then like kind of like have a little bit of an open conversation. One of my favorite things about Zoom is when people's pets join the screens. Or when people's kids come in and they're not on mute, and the kids just start like yelling about whatever's going on in their lives. That's so fun that like the worlds are connected. So one of the things that one of the cool things about Zoom, I think, is that you can do things that you normally need like more supplies for sometimes because the internet can make the supplies for you. So normally we don't have trivia just on demand necessarily. It's like you have to think ahead. You got to like get a whatever. Like, can I use my phone at camp? I don't know. Blah blah blah. So it's cool that Klee, like we decided to do Harry Potter trivia for kids, and Klee, when she did it, hadn't thought of it beforehand. Just was like, oh, we're gonna run trivia, and then you can just Google Harry Potter trivia, which is so fun because then it's just like it just happens, right? Or we do a lot of stuff with dice at camp to randomize questions and things like that. And at first I was like, Klee, we should we'll get everyone to go in their house and find a die, and then they can roll it, and then we can. And Klee was like, yeah, or Jack, I don't know, have you heard of the internet? It's this thing that just makes things for you. And I was like, yeah, okay, well, here we go. But I think that that it's cool to start to think about what are things that we can do that we do in real life that we want to bring to Zoom, and what are some of the barriers, or what are some of the opportunities. And so some of the mechanics that we've kind of discovered are if you go blank screen, like if you turn off your video, then only the people with the video on kind of show up at the top of the window. That allows for like a lot of things. We've done some skits and things like that over the last few weeks. But that mechanic has been really helpful for us. the chat is something that we utilize in these games to do polling, to ask questions, those kind of things. Klee, what are some of the other mechanics that we use on Zoom? Aston taught you about playing music through Zoom, through the
that's been great. I know last time, if anyone was on, we did freeze dance. And the other mechanic that we've done on one of these before, if you were there, was the whiteboard. Can be really great for games like Pictionary or like sharing any information. The last one I would say was with our teens, since this is a little bit of a more advanced game. Has anyone played the board game Codenames? Cool. I'll put the link in the chat. We found an online Codenames that has been really fun for our teens and staff on Zoom. That's a very cool thing that we wouldn't have at in-person camp.
It takes a little bit longer to play, or we would play it with all of you, but it would take the whole hour, and then or not the whole hour, but it would take quite a while, and then we wouldn't get to talk as much. So I guess what we want to push you to think about is there are some limitations with Zoom, certainly, around what's possible, but also there's some really cool opportunities that that a lot of things, like you can Google how do you play Codenames online, and there might be a way. Somebody might have thought of it already, or we might be able to invent something something new in that moment. Any other things, Aston? What are we missing? What did we talk to you about talking about that then we didn't talk about?
Can you give us an idea of what to expect next Tuesday for that session?
Aston, I don't remember, is next Tuesday Virtual Games 2.0, or is next Tuesday mistakes?
Yes.
Mistakes?
Yes, next Tuesday is more games, and next Thursday is lessons learned.
Awesome. So next Tuesday we'll do more games. Natalie and Kels are going to have a dance off, and we'll do some other kind of performance-y style games, but it'll be rapid fire just like today. Games and activities where it's all of us actually doing activities, most of the time like truncated. Any of the games that we did today, you could definitely do for 2 to 5 times as long with kids, and obviously you get that idea, but same idea. Can we give the idea of a game, let everybody experience it, let you see some of the kinks and see some of what doesn't work, and then move into the kind of discussion of that. I'm going to pause there and say, anybody have questions or thoughts about running activities online, stuff that you're wondering about, or some interesting learnings that you've had from facilitating some of this stuff with your folks? Natalie.
I am right now with a school doing facilitating, and then we'll be going to West Coast Kids after. But I don't know if I have a couple of my kids living with special needs, and some of the games socially are really hard for my friends, and like the socialization part of it, and like Battleship has been really great. But yeah, I've really struggled with that. And then also our really, really young ones who like are on it for like 1 minute, and other than that, they're gone, or they need their like parent to like sit behind them. So I guess like, yeah, struggling with that. But yeah, as Kelsey is just saying now, like dance parties are great. But other than that, yeah, just like struggling, I guess.
Klee, will you talk a little bit about toddler time and what we've learned there?
Yes, we run sessions for 5 years and under on Tuesday and Thursday mornings, so twice a week. And they're 30-minute sessions compared to, for our main camp, we call it, those tend to be an hour sessions. Before Jack said that, I was typing in the chat. I had no idea 5 and unders loved the hokey pokey so much, but that's become a fun tradition. In addition to, I knew from teaching dance, I knew about dance parties and freeze dance, but I kind of forgot about the hokey pokey, and that thing is still popular at that age. So how we have set it up, Natalie, is we do on Tuesday, it tends to be a more movement activity or a game that's pretty attainable, like a scavenger hunt, where I can give them a task, they go do it, they come back and they have a new task. So the scavenger hunt has worked great. And we did yoga this morning because we're connected with a yoga instructor. So were they all following the poses completely? No, but she made it really fun and had them look like animals and different things like that. And it was still really interactive. And then on Thursday, we've made it each Thursday is music and song, where kids can grab an instrument from home or just a pot and a spoon if they don't have an instrument, and sing songs. And we've started to come with different traditions and things, which is fun too. Since the feedback we got from parents were they were worried about their kids not having some of those traditions where at daycare or preschool where there's certain routines. We do a hello and goodbye song that's the same every time, and we do have a question of the day every time. So each kid gets to speak too, which is really helpful for that age group. So that's how we structure those. That's become one of my favorite parts of Hometown Stommer Ground. And if you wanted to talk more just about toddler time, send me an email and I'd love to talk with you.
Sweet, thank you.